Hey everyone, Michael Halcomb from Pistue. I'm in here. I'm continuing my screencast or vodcast of Zondervan's new A Reader's Hebrew and Greek Bible, and this is actually the fourth part. Today we're just going to look briefly at the section of the Hebrew Bible, mainly Genesis 1. So we'll look at some Hebrew, and then in the fifth and final vodcast, we'll look at some Aramaic portions of the text. So I will say before I take the camera off and we actually kind of zoom in on the text with the camera, that this Reader's Hebrew and Greek Bible with the Hebrew portion, it actually draws on the WLC and the VHS, which is basically just short for Biblia Hebraica Stuttgartensia, and WLC, which is the Westminster Leningrad Codex. Also, in this text, they're going to follow the glosses from Hallot and BDB, and they also say in the introduction that they drew extensively from Bible Works. I think they called it the workhorse behind the project. Like the Greek portion of the Bible here, there's a lot to build your vocabulary. So I think words that are not proper nouns are going to appear in the vocabulary section. Words that are used 100 times or less, those will appear in the footnotes. I'll show you that in just a moment. Another great thing about this is that the proper nouns are in gray to be able to help you distinguish them from other parts of speech and sentences. So I'm going to take the camera off now. We're actually going to just take a look at part of the introduction of this, and then we'll turn over to Genesis 1. I wanted to show you here basically the layout of the lemmas for verbs. Now you can see it's going to tell you sort of what part of speech it is. It's going to tell you the lemma stem. It'll give you who they're getting this from, and if there's an alternate definition. So here's a better example. You have your verb here, and then it gives you your stem, which is a call. It gives you your definition, and then it gives you your alternative definition. Now, with the non-verbs, so we are thinking of things like nouns here. It's going to give you its part of speech, its lemma, where it's from, and then again if it has an alternate. So here you can see they give you an example. They give you where it's from, its definition, etc., etc. So let's turn on over to Genesis 1. And also say in the back of this, at the end of the Hebrew Bible portion, there is an appendix with more vocabulary, which is very helpful. And you've already seen in one of the initial screencasts the nice collection of maps and things that are available. So we're at Genesis 1. Here you go. We have Bereshit bara Elohim, and you can see right here next to the Hebrew word bara, we have our footnote, which is number 2 right here next to Bereshit. We have our footnote number 1, and what we're going to do is scroll down to the bottom of the page following the footnotes and see what we have. So here's number 1. Here's number 2. With our nonverb, it gives us our word, our definition. With our verb, we have our stem and our definitions. Our definition with alternate definitions, and pretty much this is the way it's going to work throughout the entire course of the Hebrew Scriptures. Again, this is tremendous for helping build your vocabulary. I've found the Old Testament particularly challenging to read because it's so tough to keep up with all the vocab. But with this text, it's very, very helpful. Let me put the camera back here. So, as I said, in the next and final screencast, we're going to look at just an Aramaic portion of this new great resource put out by Zondervan. In the meantime, you can go to Zondervan's website and pick up your own. Such a great resource for teachers, preachers, students alike. So after you get done doing that, come back to www.michaelhalcomb.com and have a look around. Alright, I hope this helps.